Hi, today we're going to talk about our new dash kit for Honda S2000s. Maybe you can hear me better if I say it like this. So today we're going to talk about our new double din dash kit for the 2000 to 2009 S2000. In this video, we'll explain how it's installed. First, we're going to start by taking the radio out. The subject of today's installation is my 2001 Honda S2000. Now, the first thing we're going to do is take the radio out of the dash. So the first thing you want to do in doing the double din installation is remove the factory radio. I'm going to show you how to do that. Hey welder, come take the radio out of this car! So to start the installation, you're going to open the door on either your passenger or driver side of your car. Some of the tools you'll need are a drop mat. Here we're using a snap-on fender cover to protect the center console from the tools that we're using. Next, we're going to place another mat on the seat that you're not occupying. We gotta have to do the whole thing all over. Hey, no horn! One of the first things you're going to want to do when you get into the car is open the actual door to the radio cover. To remove the radio cover, you're going to gently pull on the door itself until the bottom clips release. Make sure you roll up your sleeves. Once the bottom clips are released, use a plastic pry tool to release the clips above and around the top vents. I said the top vents. What do you do? I said the top vents. Once you get your butt kicked by the top vents, you'll realize that I'm telling you the top vents. If your installer decides to talk back to you, swiftly kick them in the butt. Once you realize that I was right and you use the top vents to unclip, next, use a screwdriver to release the 4 screws that hold your factory or aftermarket radio that currently resides in the radio space. If you get blamed for not giving the installer the tool and he has it already, please kick him squarely in the butt. Remove the 4 screws that surround the radio. And if you only have 2, like this stupid car does, please order the 2 other screws from your local Honda dealer. If your previous installer was an idiot and decided to use back straps instead of the factory clips, please order factory clips from Honda. We'll link the part numbers in the description. Once you've stolen the radio out of your other S2000, continue stealing things out of that other car for your new car by unscrewing the 2 brackets that hold the radio in. Be sure to use the right bracket for the right side and the left bracket for the left side. You'll also notice in your package, you'll have these high thread screws. These are the screws that you will need to install the new Sony double din radio into your S2000. All right, so where is the chassis of the 7000? The chassis in the face. Hey, don't be We will be installing an AX7000 Sony double din radio. What makes this kit possible is the fact that we can remove the face from the actual body. This combination makes it much easier to install the double din radio in the Honda S2000. So you're going to want to start by taking the double din portion of your radio and taking off the protective paper. Next, take your S2000 dash kit, flip it upside down, and install the double din install the Doubleton welder. Go back through the garbage that you threw the protective cover into, pull it out and put it back on top of the radio to protect the Doubleton screen from any damage while reinstalling into the vehicle. Now, put the Doubleton kit to the side while you install the 2 brackets onto the side of the DIN chassis of the unit. Be sure to make sure you're doing right to right and left to left. Flip the radio onto its side. Install the right hand, not like an idiot, but like a smart person. Be sure to line the radio holes up with the holes on your new Sony Doubleton radio. After you install the brackets, they should look something like this. Now we're going to move on to wiring in the vehicle. Notice that in your kit, you'll have a pre-terminated Sony to Honda adapter. There are 2 wires that come out of this adapter. This wire, we will show you what it goes to later in the video. This wire goes to the parking brake. Do not put this wire to this wire, as it will allow you to do things that you'll want to do while driving. Again, do not attach this wire to this wire. Don't do it! In your AX 5000, 5500, or 7000, you will see this harness. This harness is the most awesome harness in the entire box. I will show you how it gets put in right now. So in your installation for your Doubleton, you'll see that there are 2 wires that need to be attached that aren't in our kit. The green wire will go to the green with red stripe, and the brown wire will go to the yellow with blue stripe. The last wire remaining will be a ground wire. That ground wire you attach to the wire you weren't supposed to attach the green wire to, like so. I'm gonna show you how it's done. Is there tools in this car? What? Welder! When you get back into the car, you're going to install the black wire to the black wire that we pre-terminated on the harness. Be sure to solder both connections on the black wire that you made earlier in this video. Make your connections and then make them permanent with solder. Be sure to insulate all of your wires after you've made your connections. Now connect your Honda adapter to the Honda factory plug. Be sure when you're connecting it that you hear the click and that all the pins are lined up properly. Next, you'll want to install the Bluetooth microphone. One of the easiest ways to get the microphone through is to actually drop it down from the backside of the radio. This installation has 2 USBs. The AX7000 has 1 USB for charging and using things like a thumb drive. The next is the port that you're going to need to do your CarPlay or Android Auto. Run these cables to the appropriate locations in the car. In this installation, we're going to run the cable just down into the passenger footwell. Once you've gotten to this point, you'll notice there are two holes that will be on the back of the radio. One has a red circle around it and one has a blue circle around it. You want to take the steering wheel control and plug it into the blue socket. Make sure it's firmly pushed in. Next, take the other and put it into the red socket. The Bluetooth microphone goes into the red socket. Now, take the power plug from your radio that was supplied by Absolute Electronics in our kit and plug it into the power. If you desire, run the other USB any place that you like into the car. Lastly, make sure you attach your antenna. If you can't install the antenna, you're an idiot. Reinstall the single DIN portion of the radio into the dash. Now you want to reinstall the 4 gold screws that went around the radio. Now that the radio is installed in the dash, we're ready to put the double DIN section into our faceplate. First, we're going to remove the door. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Hector! You'll want to use a hook style pick tool or right angle pick tool to push this pin through the hole and out the other side. Use a pair of needle nose pliers to pull the pin completely out. Now the radio door is free to come off. Take the pieces that you get from the radio door and you'll want to put them aside for reassembly at a later time. Now that you have the door open and free, you'll want to take your Sony double DIN radio and insert it into the dash, like so. Make sure that all the lines line up on the sides. Now flip the kit over and you're going to insert screws. You'll want to insert a screw at the top in the top of the hinge, just like that. The other side is a little more tricky, which is why you want to start there. Slide the screw in from the top. You want to sneak the screw into the bottom of this side, like so. Ensure that all the edges are nice and even. Now that you have the radio installed in the dash, you want to remove this protective crap that we put on earlier, and it can go in the garbage. Turn the car on. You'll notice the radio will turn on a couple seconds after you turn the ignition on. You'll get the Sony logo on the first page. So you'll want to hit the close button. It'll get you to the main menu of the actual radio. Now, there's a couple things that we want to do to set up the radio before we start listening and enjoying Apple CarPlay. First thing we're going to do is go to the home button, slide over to settings, go to general, the second page of general, hit steering wheel control, hit custom, go to the little wrench looking deal, hit the volume up, hit and hold volume up, it'll highlight. Once it highlights, gonna hit volume up. Same thing with volume down, volume down. Source, hit the source button. Track forward, for me, the channel button. Now return to the main menu, and you'll notice you now have steering wheel controls. Volume up, volume down. You can change the source and track up. Let's connect an iPhone. Now we're in Apple CarPlay. You'll hit the CarPlay button. We can go in. This song makes the most sense to me. You can turn the volume up, turn the volume down. I'll need to go to a different source. What an appropriate song. Volume up. When you have an S2000 with a double din, you have more problems than you have money. So you can notice all this is being done from the steering wheel control or the dash control of the S2000. We can change the mode. As we go through them. And that's it. Now, these kits are available from Absolute Electronics. Check out our Etsy store, check out our website, and check out our Shopify store. This kit, $788 with the radio that will include everything that you saw in this video. Now there's only one thing left to do. Tip your installers. You guys, I really appreciate all the help you did with me today in our video. I got a surprise for you. I'm out.